Hey, I'll do this again later, at a later time probably. But I wanted to tell who God is to me. Well, because when I tell them what I believe about God or about Jesus, that it makes God somehow not as important or something, or Jesus not as important. I believe God is an actual being. He actually exists. He actually exists. He's not formless or shapeless. He has a heart that loves me, a mind that thinks, and hands that form man. He formed man with his actual hands, physical hands. I believe we are made in his image and in his likeness. I believe he is the only God, the only true God. In Isaiah it says, "There is none beside me." Is there anybody beside me? I don't know, did he? He's not ashamed to be called my God. He's my Father. He's just so holy that we can't. And he wants us to love him for who he is. Not the shape of his body or his nose or his eyes. He wants us to love him for who he is. We really know how to love him truly without being seen. When we really know that which will be in the kingdom, we will then be, our eyes will be open and we'll be able to see him. I believe he's here. He connects with our spirit because we become spirit. Become spiritual beings like he becomes spiritual beings. We have a body, he does. But spirit like he does. When Jesus asked, "Who do men say that I am?" Jesus said, they said, Peter said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus said, when they said he was God, he was coming God, he said, "You are called gods. The Psalms calls you gods. And you want to stone me because you said I am the Son of God." Now there's a difference between the Son of God and God. I believe Jesus was begotten of God, came from God, as I came from my parents. Sometime before the foundation of the world, sometimes before the world began, Jesus was begotten of God. He said he was begotten of God. If he didn't have a beginning, he wasn't begotten of God. He wasn't perfect. He had to become perfect. He had to learn obedience. He wasn't as good as God. Jesus says that. He learned. He did his works as God showed him how. He didn't know how to do all those things. He didn't know how to walk on the water until he was told to go walk on the water, and this is how you do it. But he said, "No man has seen God at any time, but the Son has come out of the bosom of the Father. He hath revealed him." Jesus revealed God to us. And Jesus, it wasn't God coming to. God didn't die. God can't die. If God died, the world would fall apart because everything is made by His Spirit. Everything is being held together by His Spirit. If God died, it wasn't a human body that died. It couldn't be a human body. If it had been a human body, it wouldn't have been able to to die for everybody. It would have been because it would have been a human. Had to been this. There was only one that could die for our sins. Only one in the universe, and that was Jesus. An angel couldn't even die for a sin. When he actually died, he gave up the ghost. He died. God cannot leave us. He cannot forsake us. And then he didn't give up on Jesus. He didn't leave Jesus either. Even when it became dark, even when Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" But he'd been through so much on the cross, and so much torture and being whipped and beaten. He was up he was up all night, 2 days and a night at least. He was up, and he was exhausted and lost. But God is right there, and He won't leave us either. He can't leave us because He loves us. God is not ashamed to call our God. God is our Father, our loving Father, and He is real. He is not some ghost. He is real. He is really real. And Jesus is the Son of God, our brother. God becomes our Father, and Jesus becomes our brother. We are called His brethren, and we are worth being called His brethren. We should not be ashamed because He's not ashamed of us. So if Jesus is not ashamed of us, how can we? And we, like Jesus, are the children of God. We are in His image, and we are sitting with Him at the right hand of God. There's still no God besides God. There's nobody beside God. Jesus is the Son of God, and we are the sons of God. We are co-heirs, it says. Co-heirs, we are equal. We are adopted in the family of God. And Jesus and God have, both have bodies. They're both physically and physically touch us. They have voices. I have heard them. Their voices sound the same, but they are not the same. It doesn't make Jesus less of a person because the Son of God. Doesn't make him a man, human. It makes him the Son of God. And anyway, God bless you. Yeah.